I know early on kind of struggled on the offensive end, and just talk about defensively how in that first quarter that you really despite the struggling on offense, your defense kept you in the game.
Your defense has got to be your constant, and there's going to be ups and downs offensively, but defensively you got to be good every possession. And I thought we did a really good job being steady defensively. We didn't give them anything easy. I thought most shots were contested. We did a great job on the glass.
And just talk about Zach tonight. I mean, in that third quarter, he scored 10 of his 17 points. Just, how he can, go off at any moment.
He can, and he didn't get much flow in the first half. I thought he was maybe over-dribbling a little bit and kind of let the game come to him a little bit more in the third quarter. And that left-handed finish, got him started. And you can see how athletic he is once in a while when he makes a play like that. And then he hit a couple threes that really got him going.
Yeah, at times in that game, in the second and third quarter, you guys got up and down the floor, and you got Brian for a few streaking layups. Is that something that try to get going on all the time?
Typically, we don't get a run out of a post guy, but Brian runs the floor pretty well. And we caught them a couple times not getting back, which is something that they're very good at. So we were lucky to get those run-outs against them.
And Tyler Norris, I know early in the game, you really picked it up inside for you. Just talk about his presence.
I thought, him and Brian did a great job for us. I thought our seniors played like seniors tonight, which is in a game like that they really need to. Matt got in a little bit of foul trouble, but you always know what you're going to get out of him. It's in Matt Palmer, and I thought, Brian and Tyler played like guys that meant a lot to them.
In that fourth quarter, you got a lot of younger players involved. Just talk about, the bench presence.
It was good to get them in the game, but I was very disappointed with our effort defensively. Like, we weren't checking out, and we were running around, and we didn't look organized defensively. So, in fact, I just mentioned that in the post-game talk.
Early in the game, you guys struggled a little bit to get going on the offensive end. I know you picked it up in that first quarter.
Tried.
What was it, going through your head coming into the game to try to step up for your team?
I mean, they've always been a really tough defensive team, so it's just we had to move the ball, and our key was getting the ball to the paint and being able to drive and post up and get the post touches and dish out and work that way.
Yeah, and defensively tonight, unbelievable. Just talk about your defense tonight.
It was mostly just a lot of talking, just making sure everybody knew where everybody was, what everybody was doing, just a lot of communication, basically, and a lot of help defense.
A few times you guys got up and down the floor. Is that something you guys try to do often?
Yeah, we like to run and gun, but we're able to do both. We're able to run, and we're able to stay in the half court and work it that way.
Just maybe talk about a little bit about your balance this team. I know you guys are really deep. Just talk about, how, really you can put 5 in and 5 out, and there's really no drop.
Oh, yeah. I mean, our starting 5, we could have multiple different starters. Like, our team is just really deep, like you said, and it's going to be really tough to guard if we just keep playing the way we've been playing.
Yeah, I know early on in that game, offensively, you guys struggled. Just talk about your defense in that first quarter.
I think that we played really good defense. We protected the paint really well. And, I think at halftime we only gave 1 or 2 layups, so that's always good.
And just talk about, that third quarter, you really stepped it up, shooting from the outside.
Yeah, their third quarter, I think the team played really well. And at halftime, we talked about how we wanted to come out and play good, own the first 3 or 4 minutes, so they didn't make a run. I thought we did that.
Yeah, no, just talk about overall in the whole game how your defense really played unbelievable tonight.
Yeah, I thought that we had a pretty good D tonight. Overall, everybody played good. During practice, we talked about trying to shut down Spencer and Xavier. And they're both 2 really good players, and they played really well tonight. I think that we did a good job trying to contain them tonight.
Talk about overall your team. I know you guys are really deep. Just talk about how that's really key for you guys this season.
Yeah, a couple guys got in foul trouble tonight, and I'm sure it's good for coach to know that he can go 8 or 9 deep and not lose a step.